Love begins or should begin at home, says Gary Chapman, the founder of the concept of love languages and the author of the book, The Five Love Languages. This is a solid concept associated to emotional love, especially if you're keen on establishing strong, emotionally grounded relationships with those intimate, close people in your life. Of course, there are many factors involved in deeply rooted relationships, but you can consider love languages as one important one of them. It's quite an old concept, however, I got to know about it in the recent years, and I think it's worth understanding it for your relationship's sake. This video is made with complete reference to the book The Five Love Languages. Everything mentioned in the video is from here. Gary, the author of this book, says that the purpose of this book is not to eliminate all confusion surrounded around the word love, but to focus on the kind of love that is essential to our emotional health. The five love languages, as per Gary, are words of affirmation, receiving gifts, acts of service, physical touch, and quality time. Let's dive into it to know each of them better. The first love language is words of affirmation. Just like any other language has dialects, love languages also have dialects. One dialect of the language words of affirmation is verbal compliments. A very powerful way of communicating love is words of appreciation, which are best expressed in simple, straightforward statements like, I appreciate you doing the laundry. You look stunning in that outfit. The meal you cooked today was amazing. Apart from appreciative words, another dialect of the love language words of affirmation is encouraging words. The word encourage means to inspire courage. All of us might have certain interest or wish to do something that we do not have the courage to do. In these situations, encouraging words, especially from our loved ones, help us take the first step needed and can help us develop our untapped potential. But you have to be cautious not to pressurize your loved one to do what you want them to do. Encouraging words are used to help your partner do what they want to do. It's like you saying, I'm here to support you. You might find it difficult to use encouraging words if it's not your primary love language, or if you have a pattern of using critical words. However, your effort to learn to use encouraging words is worth it if your loved one's love language is words of affirmation. Yet another dialect of this language is kind words, which refers to how you use your words. It's not always about what is said, but how it's said that matters. Your tone of voice, mood, temperament while conveying those words matter. We do say hurtful things to our loved ones and we cannot erase what's said. But we can be truly sorry, ask for forgiveness, and make an attempt to act differently in the future. Another dialect of words of affirmation is humble words, which is about requesting, not demanding. Love can't be demanded, right? So when we put our wishes across, making request affirms the other person's worth and gives them the choice to respond or deny it. And when the other person gets the choice, fulfilling your request becomes a meaningful act for them. The second love language is receiving gifts. Gifts are visual symbols of love that hold emotional value. When you have to give a gift to someone, it starts with a thought, and then the gift itself becomes the symbol of that thought. Therefore, the cost of the gift does not matter as much as the thought behind it matters. If receiving gifts is your love language, then gifts would be more important to you than to others. A person whose love language is receiving gifts would cherish any gift given by a loved one. They keep it safely or use it with great pride. For them, the gift holds emotional value because they see it as an expression of your love. Gifts can be purchased, found, or made. And if you are someone for whom gift giving doesn't come naturally and it's your partner's love language, then you'll have to learn it. This is one of the easiest love language to learn. You have plenty of ways of figuring out what kind of gifts your partner might like. Also, remember that gifting isn't limited to visual symbols or tangible gifts. Some people might also want intangible gifts, like your presence on certain days or in specific situations. You being there with them at a particular time when they need could serve as the most precious gift to them. If your love language is intangible gifts and the presence of your partner matters to you, then it's a good idea for you to communicate that to your partner. Do not wait for your partner to read your mind or understand it themselves. Hey people, thank you for watching this video up till now. If you haven't yet figured out your or your loved one's love language, you may visit the website www.5lovelanguages.com and take the quiz to figure that out. After you've done that, you can watch that particular love language more in detail. Stay tuned for part 2 where I'll talk about the next 2 love languages. I'll see you there.